What's going on? So on this video it's going to be a little bit different of what I normally post, but I just was looking around and I've gotten some like friends to text me, or I see stuff on the internet like, hey, what's this brand, or hey, have you used this, or blah blah blah. And quite frankly, I haven't even heard of half of the brands I've seen anymore. So I feel like it's just so saturated that I just wanted to focus on what I've been using. You know, I've been detailing for 6+ years now, and now I've got it dialed into the last like 2 to 3 years of using the same brands and the same stuff that I feel you guys could use as well. So in this video, I'm just going to be not in-depth conversation of like what each product there is to do. I'm just going to showcase of what I like to use, and that's pretty much about it. And I'm going to start from the equipment that I use, and then, you know, starting from all exterior wash, from soap on the car to the wheels, and then drying towels and all that other type of stuff. So yeah, let's get into it and see where it goes. Let's get into the actual setup of me washing the car. So I'm using PVC pipe coming from tap water. It goes up to this bucket filler, so I don't have to use anything else. It's just right there. I really like that. Then it goes over and it goes up into tap water. I could close off this valve. It'll go through the filter system. I could turn this by using this to turn it on. And then it goes through the deionized water, CR spotless system, and then it goes out and it goes through into the actual system itself, which is really, really cool. And then I have this nice Cox hose reel mounted into the wall with this Obsessed Garage mounting bracket back plate or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but this is actually in the studs of the wall, obviously, because if it wasn't, this thing would just fall down. But this is a really nice setup, addition to the actual setup. I mean, with a 100-foot Cobra Jet hose, this thing is really, really nice. Really, really nice. And then it goes up to steel braided hose coming from the actual water, tap water system. And then the other hose is coming up from the actual water hose through the Cox hose reel into the Krinzla 1322 total stop machine that gets you, like, I don't even know how many gallons per minute, a lot. I just know that. And I've noticed a big difference from the old pressure washer system. I will just tell you that for sure. And the reason why I went ahead and finally was able to get this is because I went through 3 different Karcher ones, which they're still not a bad system, but once those fell, you can't get any parts for it. So this one, I could get every single part for this machine to make it actually keep on going, which is, to me, is so much better than just throwing away a machine and then having to buy another one. But yeah, so this is the actual setup. I really, really like it. And then for the gun is the Obsessed Garage Mosmatic gun and wand, and it's also holding it by this Mosmatic gun and wand holder. So it's just out of the way. You don't really have to have it, but I really like it. And then I also have the foam cannon mounted onto the Perfect Details and Obsessed Garage mounting plate bracket, what Brad from Perfect Details came up with. So yeah, this is the actual system. I really, really like it. It works, and I like how this is all set up. I actually wanted this whole setup like 6 years ago, and I finally got it in, I don't know, over a year ago, finally. So yeah, it's been in the works and progress or whatever, but I really, really like it. And yeah, that's how it is. So these are the actual bucket systems that I use. I got a rinse, a wash, and a wheels bucket, and they all come with the actual grit guards themselves, as you can see. So on these, I actually have the rinse one with just like plain tap water, and then this one I have actual tap water with like car shampoo of your choice. And this one I have the wheel bucket. I'm gonna go through some of the brushes that I think you should definitely have. This is a microfiber madness. This is just an actual like microfiber cloth. I don't use this a lot, but I do use it on certain wheels that have like a lot of spokes and then the big brake calipers that the actual other brushes can't use or can't get through, so I use this one. I actually use this one more on my car because the brushes won't fit in the other one, so it actually works in that aspect. So I use this one. This is my go-to one all the time, mostly if they don't have big brake calipers. This is the Easy Detail brush. This one is the bigger version. I also have the smaller one as well. I use these just in like exhaust tips, and if they just have like a little, this one won't fit, but this one will, so I'll just use this one as well. It still reaches as far, it's just not as like length as the actual brush itself in this one, but it still gets used no matter what. And then I also have the lambskin, what is it, like wash mitt. I just use this on the actual face of the wheels and little intricate little spots to get in that I want to just can't get in with the brush. So I use this a lot. Also, I use this Detail Factory boar's hair brush. I use this for like the valve stem and like little intricate spots that there's like a lot of spokes and stuff. I just get in there and just go through them. So I use this one a lot. Brake calipers as well to get in there and get the face of them. And then lastly, I've been using this tire brush that I got from Seth's Garage. I don't even know if he even has this one still. I bought this one like 5 years ago, and I've honestly been using the exact same one. It has not let me down. But if he doesn't have this one, I'll put in some different ones. But yeah, I think this is the go-to system for everything to work out. So next is everything from the shampoos and everything for the actual exterior of the vehicle. And we're gonna start off first with the wheels, as you normally would wash in your wash process, is the Brake Buster by P&S. It's an acid-free wheel cleaner and actually cleans the wheels and tires, so it's like 2 in 1. Because a long time ago I used to use one for wheels and one for tires, and this actually works with both of them. And you could also dilute this in a actual like IK sprayer, which I use. You see me using this all the time. You could do it like 1 to 10, 2 to 10, however much, and you get it foamy and you just could go to town on it. So that's what I actually use on the wheels. If the wheels are really bad, then I'll just use this stuff actual straight to get it like the full concentrate and not diluting it. And then you go on to wheels. You could still use a tar remover. This is from CarPro. It's a CarPro tar remover, and also iron remover is also by CarPro as well. They're just in these types of bottles, so but that's the product that is actually in these bottles to get all the contamination off the wheels. And then from there we go to clay lube right here, and also clay bar. This is your actual traditional one I use. Actually, it's by the Rag Company, but you could get any other kind. And then this is actually just a sponge. It has the clay lube or the clay scrubber on the backside. This one you can use as like many times you want. This is pretty much a one and done throwaway, so keep that in mind. And then onto the actual shampoo. So the shampoo, I feel like these, you only pretty much need like 3 of them, or at least 2 at max. And then, you know, from there on, it's whatever, but you definitely need a snow foam that is actually good for the actual paint. It's a pH neutral. I use Koshikemi. This is a GSF. I really love it. It smells really, really good, and it's like really, really slick on the actual paint. That's why I really, really like this one. Another one is a very good one. It's a citrus foam. It's by G-Technic. I use a lot of their G-Technic coatings, and also I have the G-Wash as well. I just didn't want to get two things complicated, but this is like, where I live right now, it's off and on raining. So you get like that grime of the road. This will help reduce taking that off, and then also help reduce scratching the actual paint when you're actually washing it. It's a pH neutral still, but it won't hurt your waxes or your sealants or your coatings. So this is just a pre-wash stage and then you still come back with a 2-bucket wash method and all that type of stuff. So this is like if your car is like really grimy in that aspect. If it's clean and it's nothing really bad, I would use that one. And then you need an actual strip shampoo before you actually go and polish or add any new sealants or anything like this. This is the Adams one I've had for a really long time. I will put another one in there because I just use this one for right now, but I will be getting a different one. But this will strip off waxes and sealants, no coatings, but any little less soft protection to get anything off, to add more protection if you want to, or right before, like I use this right before the polishing stage. So this is what I use. And then also the mitt for the washing. This is the wash pad. It's from the Rag Company. This is the one I use. I have like 12 of these, honestly, maybe even more, if not even more, just so I could just have one all the time. And then also drying aid. This is what I use on a daily basis when the car's already washed. Everything's good to go. You're just about to start drying. I use this. It just adds the really nice slickness to it, and anything to like keep the paint protected as you're drying so it doesn't really scratch and stuff. This is the stuff. It doesn't have any protection in it, but it's really good for that aspect. And lastly, the foam cannon. This is the PF22. I believe it's by Mosmatic. This is the one I've used. I've used this one for a couple years now, and it's the best. I really, really like it. It gets the job done, and it foams really, really well. So if you see the videos, this is the one I'm always using all the time. Now we're talking about microfiber towels and the drying process. So if the car is has any type of, wax, sealant, or coated, I'm going to use the Ego blower. This is the Ego with the stubby nozzle. It's a short one, and it has the blower rubber tip on there as well. So if you run into the car, it's not going to scratch anything. I use this pretty much all the time to get done, but if it has protection, this is just going to be practically pushing a river, so this wouldn't do anything. But if it has protection, this is the go-to. And then I have probably more selection than what people really have. I have other stuff that I'll use for protection. That'll be in the next one. But for my go-to, if it's a small car and it's coated, I'll use this. I believe this is an edgeless towel from the Rag Company. I use this a lot. It's like a 12 by 12. I only go through 2 of these, so it's kind of perfect. And then this is the liquidator. This is a big one. I believe this is a 20 by 24. And then also I have the gauntlet as well. And then I have this little small gauntlet. I think these are 8 by 8, just for the door jams. I like all these towels. I use this one a pretty good amount, but I mainly use the gauntlets and the edgeless. But they all do a fantastic job. Now, polishing machines. This is the Rupes LHR 15 Mark III. This is a 5" with a 15mm throw. This is the workhorse right here. This is the one I use all the time if I'm grabbing something on the go to do pretty much all the jobs. This is the one I'm using all the time. This is a very good machine. I love it. Rupes makes very, very great machines. And then this is a Rupes LHR 75E. This is a 3" with a 12mm throw, I believe. This is what I use a lot in conjunction with this one. So you don't have to have all of these. You could have just this and you could get a lot of jobs done with just this. I just want every aspect to be 100% perfect, or try to be perfect. So I got this one, and then this is the Nano Hybrid. This is the one that I use on little spots that these ones cannot do. So this is it's a dual action, but also turns into a rotary. In some spots I do use the rotary part just because I don't want it oscillating the entire time. When there's like a little spot, I don't want it to go around, so I just have it on the rotary setting. You could just take this out, put the rotary in there, bam, good to go. This is like a 1" to 1.5 to 2" different backing plates that I have over there as well. This is all three of these, just combination on our vehicle. It's just worth it to have all these. But yeah, these are them. I like them a lot. And then the next will be just actually polishing pads and the polishing what I use for that stuff. Now on for the cutting and polishing pads that I use, just to try to make it like a lot simple. This is why I like the simplicity of what I do. So right here is the microfiber. This is from Meguiar's. This is the most aggressive one. So this is going to be used on not all paints, but the paints I've been dealing with, this is the go-to. And then you also have, this is also a cutting pad as well, but also it's versatile because you could use this as also a polishing pad as well. Like if you're gonna want to use a one-step, you could certainly get this with a one-step for sure. But sometimes these two combos will work perfectly, and then sometimes these two combos will work perfectly. So it just all depends. That's why you do a test spot, just to see. And then this is the actual white softest Rupes polishing pad, and these are my go-to pads. What is it? There's only like one that I don't have. It's a wool pad. I just never really used it, but I do want to add it to the arsenal. So that is like hopefully coming. I could get that soon. But these are the three pads that you could do with any job. And then also you need a brush. I also do an air. So I'll take this out and then blow the pad with the air compressor. But this is also really, really good just to sit there, get all the excess polishing residue off, and then go on to the actual next part. And then next is the actual polishing and actual cutting. So I use Sonax. This is Cut Max. This is what I'm going to use on microfiber and also the yellow pad. But if you have the wool, this will actually work perfectly. I've used this for a couple years now, if not longer. I love this combination of the Cut Max, and then also you use Perfect Finish. It's just glossy after that. And this also actually cuts as well. So if it was a small job, not a lot of scratches, you could actually get away with using Perfect Finish and a yellow pad, and it would gloss it up and take out some minor scratches. Not big imperfections later on, mind you, but these are the two that I use. I really, really like them. I used to use like Adams before this. I'm sure there's like some other ones out there, but this is the one combination that I really like the most. And I've never had really anything bad from that. Now I'm going to talk about like paint protection, and I'm going to go from the least all the way to the greatest one, like pretty much ceramic coatings. So what I use on all daily basis of everything is P&S bead maker. This one is a great paint protection. It shows you a lot of beads, it glosses, it just won't last a long time. But this is a standalone, such a great product. Honestly, I use it all the time. On my personal vehicles, every time I wash it, it gets bead maker on it. I love the way it is. It's just such an easy spray on, spray on chemical. So good. I really like it. And then you're gonna jump onto there. You're going to go to waxes. Now this is the Colonite Insulator Wax, better known as like Colonite 845 or something like that. This one is going to look and last way longer than bead maker and just outperform the bead maker for sure. This is a great standalone. This is wax, just you can't get better than this. This has been around for many years. And then what also to go from next one is an actual sealant. This is gonna last longer than the actual wax. So this is also a really good one. Just Car Power Lock Plus. It's really good. It shines and it lasts a really long time. And if you want to, you can actually pair these two together. So that's what I do on people's vehicles. So you can put on the wax and then you add this on top and it just lasts a very long time. So these two are really great. Now on to the actual coatings. So I'm gonna be going through the G-Technic line right here. Now this is actually the good stuff right here. This is the ceramic coating by G-Technic. You're going to have Crystal Serum Light. This is gonna add 2 to 4 years of protection onto the vehicle. This is what I have on all the cars I do, on my personal cars. This is what I really like. And then you add on the EXO. So they have an EXO, I think this is they have V5 now, this is version 4, but this is gonna add another year to 2 on top of it. So these two combined, perfect. You could just use this one if you wanted to. This is gonna be really good. And if you just had this one, you could use this one too. But they work perfect as a team. So G-Technic line is really good. Then also they have the wheel. So this goes on wheels. This could go on exhaust tips, brake calipers, you name it. This is the go-to. This is what I use on my wheels and on other people's coated wheels as well. I like this. Also have my exhaust tips coated in G-Technic as well. So these are the go-to in my arsenal. I've used CarPro before. I used Geon. I wasn't really a fan of the Geon wheels. It kind of didn't really last very long, but the application I feel is all the same. I haven't really used any cheaper ones. I know there are cheaper brands out there, but if you want to do it, just make sure you don't get any high spots and just, the curing time. But yeah, as a business, you want this. And as a DIYer, you could definitely do it too. Just, it probably will be a little challenging, but I'm sure there's plenty of videos on how to do it. But yeah, this is the coatings that I use that I really like. And yeah, they're just such a great brand and I like using them all. So yeah, as a business, definitely go to. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that video. There's a little bit different stuff than I normally do, but I just thought it would be kind of cool to show you and share what I actually use. I just did like the basics of each stuff that I like. If you like to get more in direct of what there are, there's plenty of videos out there describing each and one product that I used. It's just when I was first starting out, that wasn't really like a main thing to me. It's just, I was just kind of looking for whatever worked and then went from there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and maybe if there's something else you guys want me to do, let me know. But I really enjoyed this one. It's a little bit different. So yeah, we'll go from there next time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, guys.